You've seen the independent review, the report, you've read it. What's your reaction to it?
So we welcome the independent review, we welcome the report in its entirety, and we accept all the findings. And we're grateful to the independent review team for the diligent work that they've done, and we're grateful to the 200 staff who have come forwards and engaged with the team.
It's made very, very difficult reading because female members of staff have come up with all sorts of issues there. How do you address that now?
So you're absolutely right, it has been difficult to read, but it's been important to read, and it's been important to listen to staff who have spoken. So staff have spoken and we are listening, and there are 28 recommendations within the report, all of which we fully accept. And we're now working through those recommendations with our staff networks, to make sure that we resource the implementation of the recommendations and the change that we need to make as an organisation.
There are 28 recommendations, as you say, but female members of staff are still saying in this report that they are fearful of coming forward with complaints because they don't feel they'll be heard. How are you going to change that?
So we need to make sure that we build on good practice, and there is good practice within our organisation. Some of these issues are related to procedural issues, and we're working through those as we speak. Some of them relate to managerial and leadership matters, and we're making sure that we're giving our leaders and our managers the skills and giving them the confidence to make sure that they can do their job effectively and support good performance, but also address poor performance.
Were you surprised or disappointed the fact that when the review panel spoke to members of female staff, they still talked about misogyny?
It was very difficult to read, and it was very hurtful to the organisation and to those people within the organisation. However, staff have spoken and we are listening, and we are absolutely determined to change and to move forwards. And some of the behaviours that have been depicted within the report are completely unacceptable, and they must stop.
What about the issue about being a boys' club? Because that's also come up in this report. Is this a boys' club?
And there has been evidence brought to us that in some places that has been the case, and we've already taken steps to address that and to make it clear that that is not appropriate, and we will not tolerate those kinds of behaviours.
What's going to change? That's the big issue. What's going to change now? There have been complaints, there have been allegations, there's been a report, there's been a hiatus. What's going to change now?
So lots of things are going to change, but the organisation is not broken. So we're going to build on the positive things within our organisation, and we're going to address the areas where we need to develop and we need to grow and we need to move forwards.
Can you address the issue about why specific allegations which have been made over the last few months have not been addressed in this specific report?
Absolutely, and it is an area of some frustration for me, because when disciplinary cases take place, there is a necessity to maintain levels of confidentiality, and some of that is for the individuals themselves, and some of it is because of legal reasons linked to data protection and linked to other legal processes. But it can be frustrating, and we're working now with a number of people, including at a national level, to address this so that we can get the balance right. There is going to be an expectation of an element of confidentiality in all disciplinary matters, and that's absolutely right. But also, as public servants, I think it's appropriate that where it is necessary and where I'm needed to do so, I can speak openly about the outcome of disciplinary processes.
Do you think this review, this report, this panel has drawn a line under this matter, or it just begins to ask more questions?
It's not about drawing a line under the matter, but this is a very important moment for us. So as a service, we've taken strong action by commissioning the report. We are incredibly grateful to all members of staff who have engaged with the review team in the publication of their report and the recommendations. And it's now about moving forwards. It's now about continuing the journey that we've been on, building on the good practices within the organisation, but addressing the issues that are not acceptable and being clear to people that our organisation is an inclusive organisation and is one that celebrates diversity but does not tolerate inappropriate behaviour.
In the past, there's been an issue about you personally. Do you have a problem with women in the service? You said you didn't. Do you still hold that view today?
So for our organisation and for me personally, we want a workforce that is as diverse as it can be to reflect the communities that we serve across Swindon, Wiltshire, Bournemouth, Christchurch and Poole and Dorset. And that means, amongst many other things, having a balance of gender within our organisation. And we do employ many female members of staff, but frankly, we need to employ more, and particularly as operational firefighters. So it's about recruiting and engaging and retaining more female members of staff and using our existing workforce groups, particularly our women's networks, to help us to be a more effective employer moving forwards.
In that case, what's your message to staff, both male and female, who read the report, who are watching this video, who are listening to you today? What's your message to them?
So our message is that our people are our most important asset. We need our people in order to be an effective organisation to serve the public, and the public expect us to be effective in the way that we operate. We need to move forwards now, and we need our people to help us do this. We need to build on the good things that are happening within this organisation, but we need to make it absolutely clear that this is a moment for us when we will no longer tolerate inappropriate behaviour. And for anyone within our organisation who thinks that the behaviour that has been described within the report is acceptable, then frankly, there is no place for you in our organisation. But for the vast majority of people who are working hard to drive this organisation forwards, I will commit to them to leading this organisation through these challenging times, and we will continue to grow and we will be stronger as a result of this independent review.
Thanks for your time.
Thank you.